Ah, microphone's not working. Oh, microphone is working. That's weird. Hello?
Yeah, it is. It's working. Okay. No
No.
worries. Hi there, guys. Sorry about that. Welcome to. That got really loud
101.
right in my ears there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tides of Chaos
Sorry.
101.
Sorry. Noise just got really, really big right in my ears for a second there, and it kind of threw me off. Yes. Welcome to session 101 of the Tides of Chaos. I am, of course, your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quests here on Twitch and YouTube. And with me today we have got my lovely and amazing cast. We have got Just Dan, we've got Big Gilly Styles, we've got Charlie 182.0, and we've got Ruthless Rogue. Just look at them. They're all so pretty. Honestly. So pretty. Do I have any housekeeping? If I do, I can't remember it. So I'm going to say no at this moment in time. And I'm going to move right on from there because as the DM, I'm allowed to do that. So, with housekeeping not being something that we're doing right now because I can't remember if I have anything, we go on to discussing our last session. It was a big one. Guys, what the heck happened in the last session?
Nothing too important.
Major. Yeah, no, it was pretty.
Pretty
It's
mid.
alright.
Pretty low key. Nothing crazy.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
a
mid.
quaint little shopping episode.
Did we not have like a fight at some point in it?
I
I
only
did
remember
forget
the
we did
looting.
kill a god, but it was just real fast.
Yeah, so we
That was it.
absolutely finished up phase 3 of Vlaakith. It was great fun. Everyone got back to their bodies through the portal or chose not to use their new health points here instead. After a handful of rounds and some psychic wins, Jasek managed to come back through the portal with Toothy, take a nat 20 divine strike to Vlaakith, and in an incredible twist of fate, decapitate her before she could decapitate us. Or, I guess sever our line. But
Her head was capitated from her body.
yes. And just flew off into the ether, shouting obscenities.
Chopped her
At
so
that
hard
point-
in the face he decapitated her.
Leonid, because he's an incredibly smart cookie, said, "Can't she only come? Can a god slow down her recovery, or make it so she can't come back?" And so he called up his good old pal, the god of justice, Muhammad, and said, "Speaking of justice and hating the undead, that bitch over there." And
Did you say
he was like,
Muhammad?
"Oh, that one." I said what I said.
Boob Hamid.
Uh-huh.
Boob
He's
Hamid.
like, boo, Hamid.
He's scary. No, more like a boop,
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Yeah, you
Uh,
said Buhama as in boo. I thought Buhama as in hey boo.
That's what I thought. I was saying
I
boo,
mean-
Hamid.
You might should start saying that, but no, Bahamut made it so that Vlaakith will not return for nearly 1,000 years. I believe the exact number was 960 or something,
Yep.
but that is basically 1,000 years, which, as of this last level up, Silas will still be alive for.
Oh no, she's gonna be pissed.
One shot idea, everybody? Us 1,000 years from now? Minus 1. Anyway.
Not -1. I get to. Oh wait, no, that little girl's not gonna be around for 1,000 years. I get to play the reincarnation of the reincarnation, the reiteration of Gorthrak.
Gorthrak? You know what? That's sick.
I'll come up with another concept for Gorthrak.
The new Gorthrak. That'll make Silas cry. Yeah, anyway, that's not happening right now. So we ended the fight. I don't know how everyone else was doing. I was at 17 HP, and Vlaakith straight up told me to my face, "Your time is done." And so I was pretty sure I was dead.
Why do you think
Um,
Big Boy? I was about to say Daddy, but
I'll call you daddy.
Okay. Big boy daddy stepped in and was like,
whoa,
you
whoa.
fucking what?
Yeah, no, it was amazing. After that, so we kind of split into two parties. Team one was dispose of Vlaakith's body, check on our other allies, find out what's happening in the city. Because when Vlaakith died, there was this psychic wave that went across the entirety of Tu'unaroth. Team two was team looting. They found on Vlaakith's person the key into her vault and went in to get some amazing shiny prizes. We have not fully identified all of these, but some of these prizes included the remarkable and incredible new living sword, Snickersnack, made by gods, wielded by, I believe it was the first queen of the Wood Elves. Pretty impressive as far as relics from the past go. We got the scepter of Ephelamon, which is the source of the pact between the Githyanki and the Red Dragons. Given to Silas and only destroyable by Bahamut or an aspect of Bahamut, which is to say I'm probably going to give this to Leonid to find a way to break. And there were some other trinkets. I don't remember anything else major. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting any other major loot that there was. I think that was kind of all that we identified, though.
As far as I'm aware, those are the only things that were actually identified. You do know one. You do recognise one thing, which is you recognise it to be a spell book. So you know Vlaakith's spell book is there,
War.
but you haven't actually identified so as to find out what spells are inside it yet.
Yes.
Additionally, and I know this was a couple sessions ago, but we did raid the armory. I don't know if there were any magical items there, but at the very least, we literally dumped everything in the back of holding. So we have a bunch of shit that we could just sell at cost as well. I don't know if we ever cataloged any of that.
For sure. We never had time for that. We were busy on looking into stopping the ritual. But we have a bag full of full of goodies. While the looting was happening, Jason and Silas took Vlaakith's body out. They found were they halflings or gnomes? They were halflings, right?
They were a combination of all different kind of species and such, but but the one that was leading them was a gnome called Poppy.
Gotcha. So we found Poppy and Topo. We revealed to them that Vlaakith was dead. They showed us the state of the Githyanki Guard, which was they were all unconscious. They're alive by all means, but entirely unresponsive, comatose. We took a ship down into the main city and found that was true of all Githyanki across Tu'unaroth. Most likely all Githyanki, period, who were loyal to Vlaakith. We took Vlaakith's body to the center of Tu'unaroth, and Silas, from her body, grew this great tree in the center as a symbol of new beginnings, new starts, turning over a fresh leaf. Hopefully those Githyanki who find their way back do something. I don't know. I guess I always hope that people can do better than fascism. But they can't always, apparently, so we'll see.
Wow.
Just keeping it real. Anyway, apart from that, we kind of looted the city a little bit, as the pirates did, and we all got back together on our ship. Decided our next destination was Hoataru Rock in the Western Wastelands to have a showdown with a slaver that formerly owned Silas. I guess he didn't own Duke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is Yeah, that's
a big catch
that's
up.
a pretty good catch up, pretty good rundown. So we take it to the ship. We take it to the plane breaker, where as everything has been moved back into place, as the crew are finding their way back, they are constantly letting you guys know about how glad they are to be back. About how they, doing the whole kind of like, oh, you had me worried for a second. Genuinely feared for my life. There was a point where I was like, maybe they're not gonna save me. But you did, and that's good. But for a grand deal of it, everybody seems to be, well, in one piece, if not a little bit subdued by just how close a call this was.
Yeah, so close. Ugh.
Okay, how close it was for the mere mortals who were on the ship.
No, I'm not gonna lie, dude. This was a close call, whether we'd like to.
I know it was. You guys gotta let me use more of my hit points. I don't know. I can't really do much about it. You guys may live for thousands of years, but that's only if you don't die first.
Right.
I love Jason.
Just saying.
Given that the crew seems, a little shaken up, can Leonid kind of just be, going around the ship, checking in on people? On one hand, he's not gaslighting them into thinking that, like, oh, everything was just fine, like there wasn't anything to worry about. But he's also, doing his best to, like, not, kind of play, bring up spirits and bolster morale, as opposed to kind of, just being like, you're right, we almost died, isn't that terrifying? Like,
I'd say that's fair. Roll me a persuasion check for you venturing around the ship and checking in on people.
okay. Really nice to have a level 18 character instead of a level 4. This is some nice bonuses.
I've
I
heard
got
that.
a new ability for you guys.
That's a 29.
I'm so
On a-
excited about my new spell. Sorry, go ahead.
On a 29, as you're moving around the ship, helping here and there with little kind of like menial tasks and using it as more of an excuse to actually talk to people and see how they're doing. You would start to notice as you move down the ship and as you spend time in rooms and you talk to people and then you get the kind of mood in the room lifted up. You start to have a positive influence. The ship starts to feel a little bit brighter. What are the rest say? Oh wow. The sneezing has come out of nowhere. What about the rest of you? Well, Leonid is going around and raising morale through conversation. What about the rest of you?
I'm studying my book.
Nerd.
I know, man. Look at me, just wanting to learn how to suck the blood out of people.
So, how much time are you going to spend reading the book?
What's the travel time that we have?
Back to Atuma. I mean, it depends. Using the orrery or traveling as normal. Using the orrery, I believe, can you travel across planes using the orrery?
I could just open a gate that the ship could go through.
Could do that.
We've been sailing back using the Spelljammer.
Yeah, I thought it was going to take us 2 days to get there.
It would take you 2 days to get back into the astral space above Atuma.
I think she'll probably spend about 8 hours on each of those days studying.
Okay, so that's a total of 16 hours added on there, yeah?
Eesh.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 28. You're 28 hours in.
Okay.
You are past the 1 quarter mark.
Sweet.
This is gonna take you forever.
I mean, I could just
Silas
pull an all-nighter, guys. Sorry.
Is there anything that you're doing apart from that?
I think mostly she'd just be kind of hanging out with Faulkner and Fairness.
If I cast
Okay.
haste, does she read faster?
If you want me to spend the whole trip reading, I will just pull a straight-up all-nighter and get halfway through this.
Would Talus have the concentration to do that?
So
with Faulkner there.
So here's the thing. I'm actually
Oh, what kind of check here? What kind of check to see?
using haste.
Oh.
How long does haste last?
Only an
until
hour.
my it lasts for 10 rounds of combat, right?
Oh, is
I
it only?
can't
It's
remember.
only a minute. Yeah, isn't it? It's like a.
It's a
Is that the
minute.
boots of haste or is that the spell haste?
It's the hold on boots.
Oh,
let
I
me
meant-
look
I
them
was-
up really quick.
I was offering my spell haste.
No,
I was thinking it was an hour. No, it's like super short. It's 1 minute.
I mean, you get a whole other attack action for that 1 minute. Or any action. I mean,
When the boots
Where is it?
property has been used for a total of 10 minutes, the magic ceases to function until you finish a long rest.
Okay. Cool. Cool. No doubt. Nah, it's not really feasible then. I was going to say if it was an hour, I would say if you cast haste on yourself every hour on the hour and just go the whole thing, I'll let you read the entire book. But as I'm doubling the read time, I'll
Yeah.
double the exhaustion, so you'll come out of it with 4 exhaustion points.
Ooh!
I'll just I'll stick with my 16 hours for now.
Okie dokie. So other than that, just spending time with Faulkner,
Yeah,
watching
we're
the
just
wonders
chilling,
of
man.
wild space. Okay.
We just did like a whole fuck ton of stuff. I just want to chill.
Okay. So in that case, we are going to go to... Let's go Silas, and then we'll do Jacek. So Silas, during this journey back, what are you doing?
mostly sailing, but I was given the task of starting to figure out Davie Jones, what he's doing, what his plans are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to scry, and I'm going to spend 10 minutes watching him and trying to figure out what he's doing.
Okay. So let's see. You're casting scrying, yeah?
Yeah, let me pull up the spell really quick. That is a 5th level.
Scrying is
Yes,
a
it
5th
is.
level spell. That'll going to be a
All
wisdom
right.
saving throw. So, first hand or familiar? Would I say you're familiar with Davie Jones? Yeah, I'd say you're fairly familiar. You've been in an
We've
entire
been in the
treasure
locker,
built on his
we've-
psyche.
yeah. What
kind of
I will
connection
use
do
one
you
of
have?
I will use one of the remnants of one of the soul boxes that have been destroyed.
Okay.
I will
So-
use that.
Okay, so I will say that is a possession or garment, meaning that's a further -4 to their save.
So we're
So that's
looking
a
at a
total of
-9.
-9 in total, which means that he is rolling flat.
Okay.
No, he's not rolling flat. That's completely incorrect. He's rolling with a -4. Okay. So what is your spell save DC?
20.
Yeah, I don't think he can make it then. He rolled a 4, which means he didn't roll. Because it's a 0.
So what do I see?
As you send out this sensor that appears within, 10 feet of him, and what you're going to see is a coastal city, or a coastal town, sorry. in flames. Jones's undead crew rampaging through this town, lobbing bottles filled with thick black viscous tar, with cloths stuck down them lit on fire towards buildings, and then as the people run out of the buildings, they're cut down or in some cases gunned down.
Not the Molotov cocktails.
Hell yeah, Molotov cocktails.
Amongst all of this, you can see Jones and that horrifically cruel sword of his, that really jagged, bony sword. Some of his appearance has changed. He now has 2 tentacles coming out of like his shoulders, and as he walks, they throw out these blasts that they sound like water being forced through a very small opening. That kind of like really high pitched like sound as it fires off these eldritch blasts at people.
Yikes.
The other part of him that looks different is his left side. His left side is now covered in... You could be forgiven for thinking it was a tattoo. Just dense, inky blackness. But it's less of a tattoo and more... His left arm, the left portion of his chest and collarbone and torso appear to have turned monochrome, but with a heavy dose of the contrast downwards going into making it look it's all black. And things that he touches with this hand, they also start to have that black spot on them where it starts to spread out.
Am I able to glean a sort of connection between Kesales and Davie Jones from these appearance changes?
This is very, very likely the fact of his allegiance to the darkness, to Kesales, that's doing that.
That's not good.
So he's aware from the get-go that like Davie Jones was one of the 3 people who was kind of spearheading Kesales' major invasion. You know the other 2 have been taken down, which means that Jones is the last one. And then Kesales is wide open. But Kesales does seem to have put a lot of his eggs in Davie Jones' basket. Jones seems a lot more...
God, so he's our mini-boss. He's not even our final boss. Holy shit. Okay, does he seem any weaker because of our efforts in the Walker, or does he seem to be compensating with additional alliance and power from the darkness?
If he is weaker, he's not showing it.
Okay. He's killable, but okay.
He's dead. Because of the he knows the boxes have been destroyed. You know that. Because he was there. He saw you. Right. You know that he's mortal now. And you know that if he was to go and try to rebuild those boxes, that would be a lot of time. A lot of time and effort put into doing that. Time and effort which Davie Jones does not have.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it seems like he's went less on the I can afford to lean back because I'm invincible, and went on the well now I just have to attack everything.
Yeah. Okay. Switching gears then really quick. Silas is the ship's navigator. He has proficiency with cartography tools and map reading. Am I familiar with what island this could be in any way?
Honestly, because of the state it's in, I would need I'd need a history check.
Alright, let me see what I can do for you. It's a 15 on the die. I believe I have a decent history. I do. I have a plus 13 to history. So, why?
Okay.
Why? Why is... Oh, because I took the skilled feat. Okay, sorry. I had to figure it out for a second. So 15 plus 13 is 28. 28.
28. On a 28, there's nothing topographical that gives away any kind of markers on what this could be. Until the sensor hears Jones mutter the words, "It's so good to be home."
Oh.
And then a sign is going to come into vision as the sound of wood and metal giving way and crashing into the ground. A sign rolls into place right at Davie Jones' feet, which says the rolling barrel. Sorry, the leaky
what was it
barrel.
again?
The leaky
leaky.
barrel. The leaky barrel.
Do we know the leaky barrel? Do we know that
Was
place?
that not Waveless?
No, it
Not
wasn't
a medical
Waveless.
condition.
You should get that checked out.
Yeah, honestly, dude. Gotta get some fiber in there.
Is it Odetha again? No, surely not. Is it?
It's Odetha. He's burning Odetha down.
I thought we already did that. Okay.
No, a tornado ripped it apart. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was Koyo Koko, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Love him. Okay.
Oh! I
yeah,
forgot
no,
about
I
that.
remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh my god, remember that island we used to pretty much hang out at all the time?
That was completely like fucking destroyed.
Okay.
Well, only one part of it was actually destroyed, and that was the Fight Club.
Aw.
Is there
Like
any?
the Fight Club?
Is there? This is this is a weird question. Are there any pirates that have gathered together in one place to stand their ground?
You don't know that yet. Are you talking about that you can see through the scry?
Yes, like a pirate resistance.
Not that you can see, but from the very limited space you've got to see, doesn't look like it. Anybody that gets close to Davie Jones gets cut down.
Yeah. Makes
This
sense.
looks to be like if there was a resistance, it's probably been blasted through.
So this is a
This is like
massacre at
the
this point.
yeah. This is like the this is like when the crew of the Black Peril rolled up on Port Royal.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Silas will let the entire 10 minutes play out in case anything happens, but if that's really all it is, at that point, he'll just open a journal and make a log of what he saw
Okay.
and the date, and I'll just start doing this daily. So I guess
Alrighty.
I would do this again on day 2.
Okay. Let's see what Jason does day 1, then we'll come back to you for day 2.
No worries.
Well, Jasik would go back to being sort of captain of the ship. We've been off the ship for a while, so I think he would be. I know Leia's kind of keeping the morale up, but he would kind of go back to what do we need on the ship? What do we have on the ship? Checking to make sure that like cannons are working, making sure the crew has been keeping the ship shape. Get it?
Yep, we
pretty
get
good.
it.
We get it. It's pretty good.
Unfortunately, yes.
So I think I would just be, I guess, captaining. I don't know enough about like the captain's role. Silas is scrying, so I don't want to necessarily like interrupt some of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-minute process. You can absolutely find him. in
Your
other
entire
times.
day is just scrying.
Right. No, exactly. No, I don't think so.
Because then outside of like preparing for arriving in the waste, I think most of what Jasik would want to like check in with Silas would be on second day, the day before.
Okay. Then we go to second day. So on the second day, folks, Talis, we know that you're reading for 8 hours. Before we go to Jacek and Silas doing their check-ins? Is there anything that anybody wants to note being done on the second day?
Leonid would probably want to split his time between doing some reading of his own of the Book of Exalted Deeds, and then also talking with Snickersnack and seeing if he can attune the sword. I know that's a process, so...
Not with those shoes, you ain't.
I just switched out my shoes, thank you very much.
Attuning is a 1 hour thing. It only takes an hour to do it. You remember the caveats to attuning to Snickersnack.
I have to convince him.
Less so you have to convince him. The first time you can attune and all's well and good. If you fail to hit with Snickersnack 3 times in a row, Snickersnack will automatically unattune.
Yikes.
So funny.
Which is only a mechanical thing. What it does tell you is that Snickersnack is able to unattune whenever the fuck they want.
That's pretty dope.
So you're accepting of this?
Yeah, I mean, Landon's kind of fickle too, so it works.
Alrighty. Then you may attune to Snickersnack.
Does he put up any kind of like, because he was talking about how, I'll have to see if you're worthy. Does he just kind of let me do it?
Yeah, he just allows it to go. But when you're doing it, he does kind of rant at you a little bit about things that he wants to see an improvement on.
Actually, as before I attune, because it's a sentient sword, and I feel like it's important to ask for consent, frankly. So I'm more going to pose it as a question, not a I'm going to attune you now. Stop me if you want to, and more of a hey, let's work together. Are you interested?
I could be interested. It depends what I'm going to get out of this.
Well, you mentioned wanting to kill evil dragons, yes?
I do indeed. I enjoy it quite a lot.
Well, it just so happens that I have recently taken a position as one of Bahamut's, let's just say, favored, and killing evil dragons is in my job description. So it seems that our paths may align.
It would seem they do.
Not to mention that if you generally don't go for the whole evil thing, and you're like, dedicated to purging the world of darkness, but also kind of on that mission as well. So I can't think of anything more noble for a sword to do than to rid the world of Kesales. If you want to be a part of that and add that to your repertoire, I'm sure, exalted and well-known deeds, I suppose you could tag along while we do that.
I will consider your offer. I've considered your offer. Very well. You can attune to me. But know this, that I will judge you harsher than I've judged anybody that has ever held my grip.
Oh, is there a reason that I get stronger judgment than the ones before me?
Yes, because I don't like you.
Oh, don't like to tell.
Okay. I find you boorish. Your hair is, well, let's not even start.
Oh my god.
As for the scales, I know you think that it's, shimmery and pretty. Oh, look at how this is scale. Oh. Nobody cares.
What I'm hearing is that you're jealous. You're not used to your wielder being able to be as beautiful as you are. You prefer the plain type so you can shine.
I will unattune to you permanently.
Oh, and then live the rest of your life locked up in a box? I don't think you'd risk that. I think you'd rather be wielded by someone that you don't like than be left alone.
Well, you thought wrong. Ooh. At that point, they will go silent.
Oh, am I still
But
attuned?
you're still attuned.
Okay, well, I can work on that relationship.
I am
over time.
very sorry. I'll be back in a brief moment, guys. I have to jump to the bathroom quickly. I'm very sorry.
No
Talk
worries.
amongst yourselves. Do what you do.
Temperamental. Goodness. Who wins in a fight, Leonid or that sword? And just a match off, like.
A match off of wits.
Yeah,
wits
yeah,
are just
straight up,
pettiness.
like,
Because wits,
well,
I don't know about
kind
that.
of
Pettiness?
No, it's like a
That's
bard
good.
battle. Like how deeply can you read each other? Who wins?
Honestly not sure. He does have centuries of experience.
Yeah. Plus, the Scotsman behind it.
No, I'm legitimately gonna see if I can start using Snicker Snack to cast Vicious Mockery. Like if I can just have my sword insult it.
I'm just gonna absorb everything Snicker Snack says and like add it to Eldwin's Rolodex of hate.
That's smart.
So
yeah.
anytime I need to throw something out, I can just go through like, what do I got? What do I got? What do I
Yeah.
got?
It's like that Spider-Man meme. It's just like Eldwin, Snicker Snack, taking notes.
Ruthie, been quiet over there.
I'm looking at things.
You're so pretty when you look at things.
Oh my god, stop it.
I
no.
especially like the way that your
No,
monitor is like giving you this ghastly glow
Yeah,
across
I'll be
your
honest,
entire face.
You always look terrifying when you're reading something deeply.
I don't know
I
how
need
to
to-
fix it.
I need to just make you guys very aware of this. When you're not looking at you and all you can do is hear you guys talk, you're also gay.
Wow, rude.
You.
And like
You're not
the greatest way. It's so good. Oh, we're all just a bit gay over here. It's great. It's fucking great.
Just a bit, just a tad.
I identify as spirale pasta. And Ruthie identifies as duck facing, apparently.
I'm exploring and I don't see the spells for the School of Sangromancy. So like I can do the class, but it doesn't show the spell
I
list.
don't see
So
your
It's 'cause
eyebrows,
it's
but
'cause
we'll
the-
figure it out.
It's
Yeah, she's pulling
because the
agreement worms out.
spells. It's because the
Mhm.
spells haven't been moved over yet. So the spells you just have to. I will type them out and
that I
send them
have
to
to
you.
do. No,
once you
I have the
finish.
sheet. You sent me the whole copy of the School of Sangromancy, so I have the spells and what they do. It just means that when I make that change, I'm gonna have to do work, and I don't like doing work. But that's okay. I will do it.
The school. Oh, from the Grim Hollow book, I sent you all the blood spells.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you sent me the whole all of
Every
the
single
pages
spell?
for the spells and the features and all of that.
Cool, no worries, awesome. There's also some spells that I've found, which are blood
The
magic.
Taldori blood magic, which was cool.
No. So I've just traipsed through Pinterest and found a bunch of found a spell that literally lets you turn somebody inside out.
Oh, that's fun.
So it also happens to be blood magic. So I was like, well, I'm just going to collect a bunch of blood magic spells and just start handing them out.
I would just like to make an announcement here that Talus's passive perception is now a 19.
Oh,
And it used to be, Charlie, what's yours, like a 28?
Oh, Talus had Silas beat. Yeah,
I think it was like a 32 is what mine
It was a
was.
32 with Observant, because we had
Yeah.
a 22, and then with Observant, that was a plus 10. So, yeah, you had a 32 to your passive perception. Talus can no longer see outside the fourth wall. I think that's for the best.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I'm
She
just
was
not good at
tired
things
of looking
anymore.
at you.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
was
get
tired
it.
of doing all the work. I was like, you guys do something for once.
Yeah, that's so fun. Well, welcome down to 19. I too traded some classes at one point and ended up with a low perception for a while. It gets better.
It's okay. Sorry, I did want to let you know, Bran, because of getting rid of Bard, the feats that I changed with the switching over to the sorcerer levels, increasing those, I took Spell Driver and Vital Sacrifice. So just letting
good
you know.
choices.
Right?
Good choices.
I was like, so cool. Anyway, that's all. Continue. Everybody.
Spell driver's really fucking good. Like
I just want to I picked those, but if you weren't okay with it, I would change it. But
no, spell driver's absolutely fine. Spell driver's the one where if you cast a leveled spell, you can just choose to cast another leveled spell. But it has
yeah,
to be
so like with
lesser-
my quicken spell,
lesser
I'm not limited to cantrips. So that's fun. And vital sacrifice matches with kind of delving into that blood magic a bit. So
Vital sacrifices.
Bonus action, you get
I take 1d6 necrotic damage, and then I have 3 options. I can either, when I make an attack roll, add 1d6, or roll 1d6 and add it to the total. When you hit with an attack or spell, I deal an additional 2d6 necrotic damage. Or when I cause a creature to make a strength, dexterity, or constitution saving throw, roll a d4 and reduce their save by that amount.
Okay, awesome.
And I get to pick one of those.
Sweet. I love it.
Yeah. Okay,
Alrighty.
everybody continue.
don't tell me what to do.
Get fucked.
So when I went to the bathroom there, we had left off with laying it attuning to Snicker Snack.
Yes.
And it not going well.
What?
It went absolutely fine actually. But Snicker Snack is just making him aware that, watch your
I'm
shit.
judging you.
I am a harsh judge.
Aside from that, I guess is 8 hours kind of the normal amount of reading to get done in a day? I guess -1 given the attunement.
I mean, 8 hours. 8 hours is a third of your day. So you could attune for 1 hour, then just spend the 8 hours doing the reading. It would be a total of 9 hours spent doing stuff.
Okay, great. I'll do that.
Okay, so Leonid now sits at 59 hours.
I'm not getting any holier, folks.
Creeping ever closer to having fully read that book at the 80-hour mark. So if that's what Leonid is doing, I will move now to. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll move to Talus.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing the 8 hours of
Oh
reading.
shit! Yeah, you're also reading for the 8 hours. Yeah. Okay.
I am.
Cool.
I imagine it's basically her, Faulkner, and my Hellhound just kind of camped up, hanging out, and Faulkner is bored out of his mind, making himself entertained somehow.
Faulkner's throwing a knife up in the air and then letting it fall and catch it in his teeth.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Did you just describe our
Life?
evenings?
Yes.
Silas.
I gotta scry on the big guy again, Davie Jones. I gotta know what he's doing today.
You a nosy bitch
my
today.
log. I was literally told to keep track of Davie Jones and what he's doing so that we can fight a bitch. And you're calling nosy? You scry, Talus. You pull that shit out.
On the second day, Jones Jones has built some kind of ramshackle throne somewhere within the ruins of Odetha. And he's just sitting there watching the ocean with a bottle in his hand, and every now and again he just swigs from the bottle, wipes his mouth on the back of his hand, sets the bottle on the arm of this makeshift throne, and just stares out at the horizon with
Ugly
contempt
bitch.
on his face.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
only
God.
one of us is allowed to destroy Odetha,
Oh no.
and we did that first.
I know, Davie Jones, your work is so derivative.
Right? Get original, Jesus.
He's giving off real Thanos vibes right now.
He kind of is, yeah. You're right. Okay. Apart from that, the only thing that I would think to do today is I want to actually send out a couple sending messages just really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to send out 3 of them.
Right.
1 to Topo,
Okay.
1 to Minx, and 1 to, what is her name?
Layla?
Layla, thank you. And it's going to be just an invitation to join the crew.
Oh.
If you would so like, if you need a place to go, you know, you have a place here. We'll welcome you into the crew. Just let me know. I'll find a way to get you here.
Alright, D20s.
All of them are like, I'm sorry. Absolutely not. With the bullshit you guys just pulled? No.
And I wouldn't blame them for that, genuinely. It's just like, if you're drawn to freedom, to life on the waves, you know? After
If you're
getting out of
drawn
prison.
to throwing yourself into very dangerous, deadly situations on the regular, let's go.
That's how you know you're alive.
Topo
That's
is
the
going
path of
to-
glory.
Topo is going to thank you for your offer, but he is going to turn it down. He's going to say that he's got enough that he has to do for himself before he starts thinking of doing for others again. Minsk will tell you that he cannot, for where there is a world, there is unjust hearts and evil butts that are ripe for the kicking. However, Layla will express a lot of interest in joining up with you guys.
We get a werewolf.
Bear.
Werebear, sorry. A were something.
Amazing. I'll send another sending back, just asking if she needs time to prepare or if she's ready to come aboard and be part of the crew with us.
She will say that she will find a way to you.
I'll let her know that we are going to be in the western wastes of Atuma.
Okay. You make her aware of that. She will say she'll try her hardest to find that and to find you guys.
Other than that, yeah, I wanted to extend an invitation to those of us who helped fell Vlaakith, and I wanted to scry on Davie Jones. I'm good.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. With that, we then go to the last person. That would be Jacek. Jacek on your second day.
So, again, kind of doing the captaining thing. You know, supposed to do that. Jacek will kind of check in on Silas as, you know, he does his scrying, his sending and stuff. Knowing that we're getting close, Jacek's going to kind of like start to get prepared for we're going to arrive, what that's going to look like. So he's going to go to Silas in the captain's chambers and want to talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, Silas is probably chilling in there with their dog, because we have a dog. I didn't forget.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Like
I
a
always forget
20,000 gold dog.
Yeah, no,
A
we have
Valinor
a called
bred
Valinor
enthusiast.
Hound. It's still a pup, but we do have a Valinor Hound. But when Jason comes in, Silas will be like, "How's it going?" You know.
Ship's doing good. Crew's doing good. How about you? How are you doing?
Pretty good. I mean, I did watch you decapitate a god to keep me from dying, so I feel pretty amazing right now.
Jacek like looks at just, I would do a lot of things. Almost everything. To keep you from dying.
The feeling's mutual. I guess that's not what you meant, though. You mean, how am I feeling about all of this that's still to come?
Yes. I know that this has been a long time overdue, but also something long from you overdue. There was a lot that has happened since we first met and the first time I even learned about Voltog. So I just want to make sure you're okay with everything that's going to happen or might happen.
I'm doing some processing. I'm of multiple minds. The first thought that I have is Voltog is so small. God, he's so minuscule and compared to everything we face. Like, I have actively had a war, a mental battle with the Whispered One to keep him from finding out I have his book. Like, I have felled Vlaakith, fought Davie Jones. This is just the shadow that I left behind on my journey. Not even really my enemy. On the one hand, I don't necessarily want to fight him. Doing so on his terms would be validating the belief that I'm just a weapon. That's all he made me. But if I don't act, more suffering will follow, and I have the power to stop it now. So I have to choose between silence and action, mercy and justice, and grief and growth. I'd like to find a way to handle this where he lays it down and walks away.
We can absolutely try to find that route.
We can try. I'm not overly charismatic, but at the end of the day, I've changed a lot. I was an executioner. I thought I was a monster. And then I became what I am now. I'm not going to say that he can find redemption. That's not for me to judge. But at the very least, I might be able to get him to walk away. And if I can't, he won't be the first or last slaver I kill.
Do you want to give him that chance to talk, to discuss it? You know him better than anyone else.
I do.
Is giving him that chance realistic and worth it?
Maybe. Maybe if it means that I don't have to carry that blood on my hands. If I don't have to ask myself what that means. It's not for him. It's for me. And if he says no, if he insists on a fight, which is likely, that's what it'll be. But it'll be on my terms then, because I gave him the chance to walk away. I think
Good.
that I'm gonna be okay.
Because I will absolutely decapitate any number of people if you wish them to be decapitated. You just say the word, and I will ensure that he suffers.
Oh, so romantic.
My own little assassin.
I like to think of it less of an assassin and more of an avenger.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well,
okay, Captain America.
we're gonna give it a shot. The ultimate thing here is that Voltog is an overgrown man-child who's only known any sliver of power in his life by extending his physical strength and domination over children. So, how much power does this man actually have? And if you expose that in him, how many supporters does he have left? I do know he has a champion. A new one.
Interesting.
Some sort of amalgamation of things. Oh no, it's really gross and not something that he's clever enough to create. It was a mix of machinery and biological components from various races. species.
Gotcha. But about him, what more do you know about him?
Not a lot. I know that it's an abomination and that nature demands I put it down. But apart from that, we're in for a fight tomorrow. At least one, possibly two.
You mentioned that, Voltog not being potentially actually strong, more just a bully who uses his power, what he does have, against those that don't have it. But is there any way to break down that power? Show how strong he actually is, show how weak he actually is. And let the rest sort of crumble around him. Maybe not redemption, but just sort of pulling back the illusion of the power that he has.
Absolutely. You just refuse to play his game. He's gonna want us to walk in and fight and show our strength off against his new champion. This will be his greatest showing yet. He probably thinks it'll kill us. If instead we go directly to him, and sweep the rug out from underneath him, we just don't do what he wants. He relies on people doing as he says. He relies on us doing it his way, following through with his plans because the stakes are too grand. We're smarter than he is.
I haven't met him.
I'm smarter than he is.
There you go.
I appreciate you checking on me, but this feels overdue in some ways, and in other ways, I'm just removing one last skeleton from my puzzle. One more shadow of my past. Then I'll be free. And here, I mean, from the Fae, from my history, from the voices that have told me you'll never be good enough and you'll never amount to anything and everyone you love is going to die in front of you and you can't save them or help them. I've mostly already beat that voice, but it's...
J6's gonna come grab Silas's hands. And I'm sorry, my goldfish brain, but J6 would repeat back you are good enough, you are, and my brain, I forgot literally those in that order what they would be is this. He would reiterate, you are good enough, you are smart enough, you are strong enough, you are not, what you doubt, he would just reiterate those two.
And you're handsome.
I'm a handful.
You can be both.
Oh, that's sorry.
Sorry, I've heard that so many times in my personal life.
I'm not handsome, I'm a handful.
He has. I
In
felt
more
it.
ways than one.
Yeah, same.
It's
Full hand.
Not just his ass, okay?
It's less self-confidence and more self-efficacy. I've done entirely too much not believing that I could. How could I doubt myself now?
I mean, you literally opened a portal to save all of us from Vlaakith, and were instrumental in removing a Lich God Queen.
I have opened so many portals to save your asses before. I have portaled. I have.
If we're gonna count saving and things, I mean, yes, you have. I shouldn't diminish your accomplishments. I got defensive because suddenly you're talking about all these cool things you do, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, I got cool things I did too. But you're right, yes.
You decapitated Vlaakith and suplexed Davie Jones down a chasm.
And who was there every time to make sure I didn't die?
Dallas.
What?
I kid you not. She healed you both times. I didn't.
Get fucked.
Well, wait. The suplex one was because you.
I wasn't there. I was
We
there.
would have had Sasuke. But the Vlaakith, I never went down.
No.
Yeah. But you were there to save us with the portal. You have to think of this too. How many planes have you destabilized? Like, come on.
That's not something I'm.
Which isn't a lot.
That's,
Is
I
it,
swear
is
that
it
it
three?
happened twice.
Isn't it 3 plane of fire? There was the city of brass. Obviously, fucking Vlaakith land. No nos.
but also the elemental plane of water.
Elemental
two
plane
in a
of
row,
water?
elemental plane of water. We stabilized the elemental plane of water. We didn't destabilize
Here's
it.
like, hold on. That is the United States way of thinking. We didn't destabilize foreign countries. We stabilized them with capitalism and American military strength.
Did they stabilize
way
the
too real.
elemental plane of water? Check out Thursdays, Fathoms Below, and you'll have a first eye view of what's happened since they put this person on the throne.
Faulkner trusts her, and
They have
I'm
oil, right?
Gonna...
Faulkner acknowledges her existence.
Well, but
Close
if
enough.
I seem to remember when we told him that his mom took the throne back, he was
He was passive.
more in support of her than of anyone else.
Yeah, but it's like
I guess it's
compared
like
to what they
choosing
had
between-
before. Compared to what they had before, he was
Sure,
like, yeah, okay.
Like choosing between Trump or Biden. Gotcha.
If Faulkner had to choose which of his parents he trusted the most with anything, he would choose Diabol. That's it. So that is the reality of the case. On the one hand, you've got a lying, sardonic asshole who only uses people to get what they want. And then on the other hand, you have his father, Oberon. So, how does one pick is really the question. Faulkner was just a bit more passive about his mother.
Yeah.
He was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be miles better than what they've got. There's also other storylines, but that's for Thursdays, Fathoms Below. Go watch it.
Yeah. As for the elemental plane of fire, I'm gonna have to go back and fix that at some point.
Here's the thing. Do we, though? You
Yes.
did basically free a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So I don't think you do. You have no duty to do that. Instead,
actually
we
do.
can keep sailing around multiple planes and ensuring that people are given freedom.
Did you know if any one of the elemental planes becomes too destabilized or too powerful over the other ones, the entire material plane would collapse into that elemental chaos? So if the elemental plane of fire becomes too powerful at this point, the entire material plane would be consumed by scorching heat and deserts.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have every responsibility to go back to the elemental plane of fire and fix that at some point. Because I did not free a bunch of people. I switched who was in charge, and who was tyrannical, and who was oppressed.
But like in a good way.
Nope.
But like a very cute moose. Make all the boy moose go, wah.
Go, wah!
That's a story for later. I can tuck that in after Davie Jones in the Darkness. For now, this one thing, we've got in the bag, I promise.
Sure. I think Davie Jones, again, you just go kick his ass and be done with him.
He's massacred Odessa.
Didn't we already do that?
Those are resilient people. A tornado came through, but they didn't all die, and they managed to rebuild. And this, though, he slaughtered en masse, burned down the homes, the inns, the shops. I
Okay.
saw water full of destroyed ships of those who tried to flee. I saw masses of people dead. That is to say, when we're ready to show down with Davie Jones, he seems to have made Odessa where he's standing his ground. Whereas we
Why
have Bladespire Cove.
Death,
Because we took Bladespire Cove back from him. That was his first choice, but he couldn't maintain it. You lost him. Odetha is still a pirate hub. It's still well known, and it's still well placed to spread out to the coastline of Tuma and to the other islands that need to be conquered.
As to where Odetha is placed in the map, it's directly southwest of Wave West. So you have a very, very easy point of access to get into a very large and very friendly, for the most part, dock city. So it kind of cuts off easy access into that.
Yeah. Trade routes, supply routes from foreign countries,
Okay.
things like that. It makes sense. It's something that we have to deal with quickly. So, Voltog, Red Dragon, Hall of Horns, and then we need to do this.
I mean, realistically, Voltag, Hall of Horns, Red Dragon. After that, you don't really have anything else. You guys did all the side quests first.
Well, most of them, right?
In fact,
did-
maybe
you-
Voltog Davie Jones, and then do the other two, and then finish out.
So I said we should just went to Davie Jones, just end him. We just killed
Well,
the fucking God
you
Queen.
You guys also did the thing where you went everybody's personal quest right to the end, and then just stopped and just didn't do the last mission on everybody's personal quest, and just went around and fucked around. And then everybody's like, "Oh shit! Remember that thing I was meant to do? That was like a really big defining point of my character. I should probably go do that."
Yeah.
Anyway, my recommendation is that we go handle Voltog, and then we go handle Jones before we can do any more harm. Then we have a
That
sort
works.
of peaks and lows and peaks again of our fights. Save godly beings between regular skirmishes.
I mean, at this point, regular skirmishes just seem too easy. Even godly beings can sometimes be too easy. Don't what?
Your ease and survivability does not equate to Leonid or Talus's. They're fragile, okay?
I
Especially
Whoa.
emotionally.
Talus is
How
the
much
definition of
damage
a
I
glass
took in that
cannon.
fight.
You're a glass cannon, girl. You know it.
There's going to be a knock on the captain's quarters door.
oh. J6's gonna like stop and turn think invite me. He's gonna go to the door and open it up.
As you open it, one of the crew is there and he's like, I'm sorry to bother you, Captain. I just have a question about this whole pirate and sailing thing. What is the opposite of man overboard?
I'm sorry,
Who just came
Right.
aboard?
man
So
on
you know-
board.
So you know how you have like man overboard, which is somebody falls
Someone
off
fallen
the boat.
off. Someone
Right.
fell onto the boat.
So
The boat
Somebody-
fell on someone?
board. Woman on board.
That's
Not
like
man.
insane.
Overboard.
I don't know.
Somebody
I think
fell
I'm gonna-
on
I
the
think
boat.
I'm gonna
Wait, the boat.
Is man overboard? Is the boat falling on top of somebody?
Or someone falling onto the boat? Or...
For you guys who are watching, tell us in the comments: is the opposite of man overboard the ship fell on someone?
I mean, because technically it would be man underboard.
Well,
Or
it'd be
woman underboard.
Woman underboard.
underboard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now we're
which
picking-
is
now we're
both.
picking on marginalized communities, guys. Like, come on, we're not doing too well here right now.
Is it dyslexics? Because that's not fair.
No, it's
You're not
so we're starting to say that women are under boats and shit. Like, this is not fair. We can't just like crush women with ships, guys. That's not okay.
Write that down. Write that down.
That's kink shaming, Bran.
Some of
Maybe
us
they're
downstairs.
into it.
So all that to say,
Oh, we broke Bran, guys.
All that to say,
we this comes in. So, Matt, what? Just tell me
There's a person on the prow.
J6's gonna move past this guy to see what person is on the
There's a
ship.
person dressed in all black, standing at the prow of the ship, just looking off into the astral sea as it hurtles by.
Black robe. We can't see any features though.
No, long black hair, black, minimal black armor, maybe half plate, like, what seems to be like a long black cloak, maybe a black coat. Yeah.
Hey, you're emo. Oh my god.
It wasn't a phase.
At least throw in an accent color, my guy.
Jasik is gonna. Did Silas come with?
Yeah, I'll come with you on this one.
Yeah. Jasik's gonna kind of just like look to Silas, and is going to head up towards this individual.
Silas will walk alongside you. I'm going to use my attunement to the Spelljammer helm to call Talus and Landon to top deck.
How rude.
You're interrupting our reading.
Yeah, we're trying to be nerds here. That's fine.
Bitches co. Man on
she's gonna-
board.
Talus will smack
Woman under
Faulkner
boat.
and be like, stop playing with your knife. Apparently there's something happening upstairs. So let's go. And she's gonna point to Fenris and be like, you two, bud.
He'll roll once, roll back, roll twice, roll back, roll 3 times, and get up in a blink. Right. Do I take anything? Will I need sword?
I mean,
I'll bring sword.
probably,
I'll bring sword.
yeah.
Grabs his sword, puts it on, and then like, turns back, grabs his hat, puts his hat on, then comes back. And Fauna will head
hat.
up. I am not me unless I have the hat and the sword. And the sword agrees.
Yeah, they'll head up.
Alrighty. As Talus and Leonid and Faulkner arrive, as you're getting a better scope of this guy, there is a bit of a contrast colour to him. Very, very, like, pale, almost silvery white skin. He looks monochrome. And it's as you all arrive that he'll tilt his head slightly, smile, and then just turn around. It's been some time since we've seen you. We were curious as to where you'd been.
Do we recognize this skin?
It's very much so. It's Kesales.
Oh,
Fucking
son of a
shit.
bitch!
Mother hugger.
Ready, action. Blood bolt. I'm gonna use that
You-
new shit I got.
You ready action, and Kesales just puts up his hands and is like, I come not with violence and not with intent to harm.
I don't.
Oh, there's a lot of intent to harm from our side. So
So
talk
Not
quick.
for
I
the
want
both
to
of
hear
us.
what he has to say.
Jason's gonna like look to Silas like, okay.
Talus is keeping that action ready.
No, that's fine. No, like, hold yourself at the ready, but I'm gonna give him a second.
You have journeyed through the stars. You've seen the other worlds out there. What would the price be to have you remain there?
You mean give you Atuma and remain out in the stars?
He will smile, look at you and say, wise
all-knowing Silas. I knew you'd be the one to understand what it was I was offering.
Yes. I understand perfectly.
It sounds like you're a little bitch.
You're actually scared of us. No, that's it, everybody. We're done. We figured it out. You're actually scared of us. You know that we're dismantling everything you've worked for, and you know we're an actual threat to you.
Well, could the others not keep up?
I'm honored. Thank you. But also...
Yes, honestly, I was becoming a little bit insecure, but knowing that you are afraid enough to bark in,
I mean,
it's a
first we
little
got
confidence
Davie
booster than
Jones that
needed.
showed up on our ship all scared of us, and now big old Kesales wants to pay us to not
the
be
darkness
around?
himself.
The sheep are bleating loudly today, aren't they?
Jason should hold up. Jason should hold up his hands to the crew, just like. I don't like that sort of remark. You're going to take it back. Just because I have holes does not make me a sheep.
You are correct. I should not stoop to the example set by my hosts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we supposed to be, like, professional here or something? Like, you have been watching us. So obviously you know that's not exactly what we do. We just
No,
fuck
I'm
shit
aware.
up and it pisses you off.
Did you really do anything of note?
No, I'm pretty sure we did just kill a god, dismantled several planes.
Did you
government.
kill a god, or did you just offset something, only to have them return a millennia later and angry?
I'll be
damn
there a
good.
millennium later to see that she doesn't rise to power again. You won't be able to say the same.
This is the first time Jasek hears that he's gonna be there a millennia later, and it's just like,
We'll talk in a
Oh,
minute.
sorry, do you not live that long?
I will always be here. There will always be fear. There will always be terror. There will always be a story of something lurking in the dark.
And it will always be reined in by hope, by joy, by celebration, by community, by unity. You
Yes, I don't
shrug
think-
and roll your eyes at these forces because you don't know them. You don't know their power. You don't know what they do. You think that your darkness and your shadows that you hide in make you strong, but when the light shines on you, you're quivering in the darkness.
Don't
Real
you
quick note here,
understand how
sorry to interrupt
painful-
you. Kesales here. We should remember that, like, love and joy and happiness are not, in fact, the greatest magic. Remember, Koyoko told us dark magic is the most powerful.
When
But, like,
you
you got a
look,
point.
when you look up at that dense blanket of darkness, and you see those little beams of light, and you'll point out towards the astral sea, where you can see that a dense blanket of darkness. Each one of them has already burned and died. You're just seeing a memory. And memories are very, very... He clenches his fist and one of the lights goes out. Easy to erase.
Is he trying
Don't
to
speak
explain
to me of
stuff?
stars.
Oh,
The stars that we see now may have faded, but from their explosions, new stars and planets have been given birth, the light of which hasn't touched us yet. You can no more snuff out the light than we can fully diminish darkness. There's a balance, but you are upsetting it, and you will be reined in.
It was already imbalanced before I showed up. I have always been there. I seen the birth of this world you stand so vehemently to defend. I have seen every age it's had. I've seen every corruption that could have come to it. And I have loved and hoped and held on to the bitter flickering embers, only to have them crushed over and over again. The only thing to do is start again.
It just sounds like you're bitter.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Life is hard for many, but cruelty and injustice do not equate to the need to destroy all life.
Is it not cruelty and injustice to allow these corruptions to unfold? To know
Could you
of them?
know joy and happiness without suffering and pain?
I came here to have a logical discussion, not philosophical.
Then you came to the wrong fucking ship. You're
It
dismissed,
is.
Kesales.
I had thought you to be smarter.
And I thought you to be scarier. Goodbye. Silas is gonna turn and walk back to the captain's quarters.
Okay.
What he's saying is, get off our ship, or we'll make you get off the ship.
He will chuckle before stepping backwards off the prow of the ship and just walking backwards into empty space. And dense, inky blackness comes up and swallows him. Okay.
That went better than I expected.
Was anyone interested to see how far he would go to get us to stop?
He was
Little
prepared
bit.
to offer a. He was prepared to offer a lot, by the way.
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
Sure.
That's what it. It's like, just like, is anyone else interested to see how far and how desperate he would be to stop us?
You know,
I
in a
thought you
different
even-
circumstance, we probably could have done that, and that might have given us more information than we got. But it was really entertaining to watch Silas run him off.
I'm sorry,
what
I
about-
don't usually take charge in situations like that.
Literally, he said something that upset you, and you, how do the children call it these days? Clap
Clap
back?
back?
Yes,
Ha!
exactly.
I get that one.
I respect it. He tried to claim that what he was doing was natural. You are an expert in what is actually natural, and you put him in his place.
The truth is, we may not be able to do it. But I, in my mind, could not forgive myself for not trying. For accepting some demi-plane out in the stars where we can live out our days peacefully while the universe crumbles around us. I can't be proud of myself or sleep at night knowing that I did that. That I turned over the world when I was supposed to protect it. Being given the orrery means protecting the world against these things.
I personally just couldn't live with the fact that I let a douchebag like that live.
He's not really living, though.
I mean,
Is.
I feel similarly. I mean, I may have started off as someone who really only wanted to save his own skin, but now it feels that there is a responsibility to deal with all of this, and hiding isn't going to be an appropriate response.
Oh, let's not be quibbling over details there, lad. You're still fighting to save your own skin.
Yes, you are.
And a lot more.
I just personally want revenge on Davie Jones. He pulled some bullshit that I still have not repaid him for. So,
I'm pretty sure that Davie Jones is laying a trap for us as we speak. He has massacred Odessa and taken it as his new fortress, and he's setting up from there. I know, we already did it. They rebuilt, okay?
How dare he? We already took care of that. And he just thinks he can go in and copy us?
All of Kesales' talk of desperation only reveals his own. We have a leg up on him here, and he knows it. He knows that we are a threat, even if we may not be able to fully defeat him. He's scared enough to offer.
The other side of that there is that we've seen him do this before. Come in and offer a bargain. And then we assume that he's desperate, he's losing out, he needs to get rid of us. Then we become cocky, and then we get smacked the fuck back.
And then someone gets sent to the locker.
So
That's why
is
we
this
play our
a
cards
is this a genuine plea? Is this a genuine act of desperation? And he's going to turn and look at Jacek, or is he just trying to find a thread to pull to get us cocky, to get us arrogant, and make us overplay our hand?
I think it could be somewhere in the middle.
If I've
He's
learned,
smart enough to have multiple intentions.
Yeah, let Jacek go.
if I've learned anything about Kesales, these sort of crew adventure, I don't think there is anything at this point that is overplaying from our part. We don't formulate, we don't strategize, we don't go in there with some idea of we might not make it out. We know what we're doing, we know what could happen. We just kick ass, take names, and I'm all out of bubble. Oh shit. Hold on. I came here to eat bubblegum and kick ass.
And I'm all out of ass.
And we have all. Damn it!
Came here to kill the bad guys, kiss his boyfriend, and trip on something stupid on the way out.
And
Please don't trip on me.
cool doing it.
Maybe stairs.
So
I
we
understand the
continue-
concern. So I understand the
Oh.
concern. At the end of the day, we have to do anything and everything we can. We are going to try and stop him. We are going to stop Davie Jones. At the end of the day, if we don't have anything left to do, so be it. We tried. And we're going to look cool doing it. They will tell stories of our conquests, and whether he says that memories are weak or not, people will know of us, and they will always fight back.
What's wrong about one thing?
A lot of things.
You can't defeat hope. It's the one thing that keeps coming back, always. It doesn't matter how many generations of oppression or darkness someone faces. The seed wants to grow, and it will do everything in its power to do so. Hope is the internal blueprint to life, to living, to success. He's no more capable of destroying that than he is the very fabric of our reality. Anyway. Sorry, I've been very philosophical tonight. But Jason's right. We kick ass, take names, and chew bubblegum? What's bubblegum?
You know, wacky tobacco, the thing you put in your thing and you chew it.
You're talking about food.
Yeah.
I was talking like literally chew, like, I don't know, Brad, do they have bubblegum in the world?
They have bubblegum, yeah.
And there would be some kind of like, you know,
Candy.
you get like gum from like certain plants and then you rub peppermint oil into it and you chew that for a bit. There'd be something like that.
Sure.
Probably a wood elf thing. Wood elves do that kind of shit. They're weird.
Yeah. It's made of like tree sap and shit. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually. Silas probably know about that. Yeah.
Right, are we done then?
Yes, I have a lot of reading I need to do.
I think
Agreed.
so. I think that we go for Davie Jones right after Bolton. No more
Okay,
pulling
then I have a
punches,
lot
no
of
more
reading to
waiting
do.
around. We power through him. Call
I
in
like
some
that idea.
favors, get some allies together. Show Kesales he has every reason to be afraid of what we can do.
Well, before we head there, I'll need somebody to arrange for me to head somewhere else.
Excuse the fuck out of me?
I made a promise. I have to
To
keep
who?
it.
You have to go back to Bladespire Cove.
Yep.
For what?
We need a
Uh,
pirate king right now.
we don't know what the promise was.
No, you don't know what
Right,
it is.
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you know what it is. You know what it is above. You know what it is
I know
above
it's out
table.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
we as players know, the characters don't.
Never mind.
I the deal I made with your dad. I have to go and try and be the boss.
Palace is just gonna look at Faulkner for a second of just pure confusion and frustration, and then she's just gonna be like, sorry, what's her dad's name again? Diabold.
Diabol.
And she's gonna be like, Diabold, did you make him swear to be responsible?
There is no answer.
It's only being a good father.
Shut the fuck.
His
Do you realize that I love him because he's a fucking dumbass and he just does whatever the fuck he wants?
I mean, I think there's nicer ways that you could say it. In all fairness, you know. He gave me some speech about how I've been avoiding responsibility and how I'm. And he very visibly cringes before going, destined for greatness, and I'm supposed to do all these great and amazing things because I come from such a powerful blah 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 blah.
Oh, I've gotten that speech before.
And he said that I had to give up what I wanted the most for what I loved the most. And I did. So I don't think I'm ever going to get to see that horizon.
What did you give up?
I gave up that free, reckless spirit. I have to become, or I have to at least be considered for Pirate King. And if I become Pirate King right before we go to war, I'll spend the next 5 or 6 years chained to a desk. Because we haven't had a Pirate King in a long time, and there's a lot of things that only a Pirate King can do.
I mean, if the Pirate King has help, that's 6 years. Windows down to a lot less time, and also there could be the argument made that that desk could be on a ship, which means you could still see the horizon. And let's be honest, do you really think that if you are going to marry me, that either of us is going to lose the reckless spirit? Oh my god, I'm going to be queen, guys.
There's going to be
And
a
she looks at
voice.
Jace.
There's going to be a voice that comes into your head, Talus, and it's your father's, as it comes in and says, "Now you're thinking like a devil."
And she's just going to be like, oh shit, I love logic. Okay.
Wait, this is logic? This is cool.
Jason just going, "Shit, is that what this thing's been this whole time? I had no
sorry,
idea."
That was for her. It's like, wait
Oh,
a
right,
second,
okay.
this is logic?
I thought
I
that was
can get behind this shit.
I thought that was like Jason could be like, "Is that what logic is?" Shit, this whole time I thought it was like a gut thing. Fuck. Jason gets indigestion and thinks it's logic.
It
Oh, God.
seems to me that my father has made it so that you think you're giving up your reckless spirit in return being able to keep me, but in keeping me, you still get a reckless spirit. It just means that, you know, you have to be dragged away more often by me.
Faulkner's
responsibility.
now at this point just like rubbing his temples, just like there's too much back and forwards. I don't like this. This is why I sign things without reading.
She is gonna look over at Jacek though and be like, "I'm gonna be queen one day. I'm gonna be your boss." And that's it. She just
Jacek, you have to enter the running for Pirate King. Jacek, this can't be allowed to happen.
Jacek literally like hears this, looks at Faulkner, looks at her. Just, it sounds like a very boring job.
It's
not when
horrifically
we're doing
boring.
it.
At the end of the day, I think being a queen of pirates sounds neat and good for you.
You're making it sound lame, and when I am pirate queen, it's gonna be the coolest fucking job ever, and we're still gonna have fun.
Hold on. You're gloating about potentially being... Also, I should put out, there's no position of pirate queen.
You shut your whole mouth. There is.
Faulkner, you understand what pirate king means. You could make the position of pirate queen.
If you can make the position of pirate queen, would that just automatically be the partner of the king gets to be the queen, or would it be a position that anybody could run for? In which case, Dallas, you might have.
In which case, I really am interested, Faulkner.
I'm pretty sure that the pirate queen.
Right. Can I just point out that I have never had a party that has ever done this where they've just had a talk with the BBEG, pissed them off, actively talked about we made them kind of mad. That might come back to bite us in the ass. Then went on to talking about who gets to wear the dress and the crown.
Listen,
high
we got
level
rid,
parties,
we
man.
took care of the unimportant stuff, and now we're on to the important matters. Who gets to wear the dress and crown?
I kind of thought that's what Girl Squad was.
We are world building, Bran, and that is the biggest part of this game.
To any DMs out there, let your party build the world too, okay? Because now
Circle of
apparently
Stars druids have to lay fireball. That's my world building.
Because now what we've added to this world is, number one, the party is now deciding what kind of political positions are available within the organizational structure of the Free Folk. And number two, which civilization invented bubblegum.
At the end of the day, the real power lies in the treasury. Screw the kingdom. You want the treasury. That's where the power lies.
Money. Where does the money go?
If we have a bigger treasury, we have a bigger kingdom.
But didn't you, recently find out you're, 7th in line for the throne of, hell?
That is true. I also do have that going for me.
But
we're just a bunch of nepo babies, aren't we?
But hold on, because Leonid is now also essentially the left hand of the big
a goody
dragon guy. Jacek is the last in the line of a great and glorious hall of warriors who pride themselves on being the best of the best. And Silas is single-handedly reuniting an entire clan of people and rebuilding a lost culture.
Which I think makes me archdruid, not to gloat.
So realistically, I'm kind of doing the least here because I'm just becoming a bureaucrat.
Yes, but it's a pirate king, so it's like a spicy bureaucrat. It's this bureaucrat with
He's got a point.
You also give Talus, hope and love and a reason to keep living and survive past tomorrow. So.
Right, so you're going to go be Pirate King. We're
going to go
fight...
and run for Pirate King. You still
Let's
have to be
honest,
voted.
you were second hand to Blackbeard, you're going to be Pirate King.
Scarlet was actually his second hand.
Okay, well,
Scarlet's out of commish.
Yeah, she doesn't really count. That one's done for. So, again, you're going to be Pirate King. We're going to fight Voltog, and then Davie Jones. Are you planning as Pirate King to come to that fight?
Well, the moment that a king is elected, they have the power to decide if we go to war.
All right, great. So go get us started on a war, and we'll meet you there. And please don't die before then.
I was kind of hoping to be talked out of this, by the way, but
Oh
okay.
no, actually, I
Talked
love
out
you.
about the kingdom being king.
Well, I mean, I understand it's a deal and all that, but like, it would at least been nice for people to pretend, you know. No, you don't have to do that.
Well, hold on. We're gonna be very straight with you, Fogner. You signed something without reading it, so unless you know what's in there and can say, "Oh my God, there's something in here," maybe your new logic partner can find that for you.
Actually,
What
she's
I'm gonna say
Sorry.
is, no, if you don't want to do this, no one wants you to do this. You understand the obligation you have to do this, and we are just supporting and trying to make the best out of a shitty situation for you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my dad wrote it so that, like, if you chose not to be Pirate King, you have to, like, not have me at all. Which, I don't have the fine print, and she's gonna be like, "Did I have the fine print?"
You do not have the fine print. It's not your deal.
Ugh, rude.
I was like, wait a second, there's fine print? Is this logic?
every one of Talus's deals comes signed with this minuscule fine print, which states that at any given point when you are asked who is better, Silas or Talus, you must say Talus.
Oh no, it'll be
Wow.
Jason. Yeah, I'm gonna start making deals with all the crew.
Hey, you want to buy some distics?
You wanna buy some I understand you don't think that you want this right now, and you think that this is going to take away your freedom, but I think it's going to give you greater freedom than you could have imagined. And also, without you, I'm pretty sure the entirety of Atuma's pirate fleets would just crumble.
You all really know how to make a guy feel like he has to do a thing.
I mean, if you want to break up with me, and then we'll be done with it, and you don't have to be Pirate King.
You shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So shut the fuck up and go be king.
I'm just gonna be honest. Again, we don't want you to do it. You did sign something you saying you would do it, right? At the end of the day, you get to make that decision of whether you're gonna break this like pact with her dad and devil or something. We're here. We'll kick his ass too.
We'll say that was a choice that you made in order to help us with our fight. So of course we will help you with however you need to fulfill it.
He will gesture to Jacek with a thing of like, "Thank you. See, at least like I'm going to do it either way, but you know, at least the offer of will help you fight your
These are just
devilish
false
father-in-law."
niceties.
We killed one of her dads. We'll kill him the other.
Again, false niceties. Do you really think I'd be myself if I was going to give you false niceties?
Silas, can you do the tree thing?
Absolutely. We're hours away from port. Do you want to wait until we get there, spend a little leftover time with Talus, or go now?
I'm pretty sure I just pissed him off, so he probably wants to leave.
You didn't piss him off.
Oh yeah, because that's how that happens, right? I get pissed off and then I suddenly want to leave. It's not like my entire existence is just reveling in being pissed off.
Rude.
Factual.
Yes, Your Grace.
I want to go now. I want to leave now. I want to be. He's joking. He'll wait until you guys get to Atuma and then he'll leave.
Okay.
That is what makes the most sense.
Very cool. In which case, I don't have transport via plants prepared. I'm just gonna straight up use gate. He can go through that.
Sweet.
So with that, you have hours left before you land in Atuma. Now, are you guys going straight to the Western Wastes? You know where Potaru Rock is, so it's easy to get there.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Potaru Rock isn't coastal though.
No, it's not. It's landlocked.
We are.
So
a
I got a
flying
question.
ship.
That's what I was saying. Is we are flying, right? We can't just fly.
Yeah, you can just fly.
Yeah, can we just
So- Because the Spelljammer Hill's been installed, you can sail on you can go into space, you can fly, and you can sail on the sea.
And under the ocean, because our ship's
And
cool
under
like
the
that.
ocean, because your ship is outfitted to do that.
We literally have the coolest ship in Atuma.
Yeah, duh. We had that before we had the Spelljammer.
No, we didn't.
I mean, we kind. Oh, I guess. I mean, the Tempest is still pretty fucking cool.
And the Queen Anne's Revenge is amazing.
Meh.
Right, so Jason, you wanted that some.
I was gonna say, is Jason was like, we don't need to, go to the coast and do all the places. Why don't we just pull up broadside?
How
we
are we on
just
supplies?
we have supplies. We picked up supplies before we went to the Astral Sea.
And you didn't
then,
get a
like,
chance to use much when you
We
got
didn't.
to
We
the
didn't use any of
We
it.
also raided
Okay.
we also raided Big Yankee, so we have all their shit too.
So yeah, so we're good on supplies. We don't need to stop in a coast town to stock up on anything. Or
Nope.
yeah, then absolutely, let's just go straight there.
Did anybody else watch the Battlestar Galactica miniseries?
I watched
There's like
Battlestar Galactica, but I didn't watch the Battlestar Galactica miniseries.
Not the miniseries. Isn't it a miniseries? Isn't the whole thing like a technical? Never mind. Whatever. The Battlestar Galactica series. Yes. When they fucking go to New Caprica, the new Earth, and they just fucking like drop in with Galactica, and they just like launch all the fighters, and then just whump out at the last second. That's what I'm talking about. We just whump in. The cannons
Interesting.
firing, and we just like pow, 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 come in, drop in, let's fucking go.
So if I'm correct, Poetaru Rock is sort of a plateau, and they're underground. Like it's this big rock, and then you're inside it underground, and an underground like cave network. Is that right?
Poetaru Rock is linked to it's not underground, it's inside the actual rock itself. There
Okay.
was like a group of humans who lived there, and they built a big tunneled network inside of it. Kind of like how in like Middle Eastern countries, if you go out into the desert and you can find these like temples and such that are just carved into tunnels inside on the side of mountains. It's kind of based on that idea, that kind of concept. So yeah, it's like that.
Gotcha. In which case, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what anyone else wants to do with the next few hours. We totally just pissed off Kesales. Maybe spend it with your loved ones. Leonid, that might be slightly difficult for you. You're welcome in the captain's quarters, I guess. I'm sorry
would
that
it
your
be
brother
difficult?
is here.
Why would it
Well,
be
just-
difficult for me? I'm surrounded by the people that I love.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Is
I was
is your
assuming like
step-
family, like your brother or whatever.
I do love my brother, but obviously he's not here at the moment. He will. I'll write him a letter. He understands.
Let's have a drink. Let's all go into the captain's quarters and have a drink together over the next couple
Oh,
hours.
I like
Let's-
that idea.
Yeah, come on,
That
guys.
sounds good.
Yeah, come on. Faulkner, you too. That's an order.
I outrank
Yes,
you.
my queen.
I'm an officer on this ship, and you are not. I outrank you right now. Come.
I'm the keeper of the code.
That's
I've got
true,
a job
isn't
to
it?
it.
I've got a job to.
I had a jar. I had a jar.
I'm driving this ship.
Hold on, no. He who drives the ship controls the radio.
Exactly.
You just assigned the music to. That's all you do.
Lay it in. Hard metal. Pulls out a mandolin and starts.
Starts shredding out.
You're ready on my
through,
mandolin.
through the fire and flames on a harpsichord.
Could do it.
Okay, so you guys are now all going into the captain's quarters and just chilling, having a drink until you get to Potara Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that is where we'll leave today. As I said, I did put in the chat that I'm going to end it early today for reasons. Yeah. So that's where we're going to wrap it. When we start next session, we will be starting with you guys pulling up to Potara Rock. Immediate decisions.
Hell fucking yeah.
I mean, I believe Jacek had said one of the options there was just full broadsiding whatever was there.
That was like the maybe not full broadsiding, but like the fucking just like come in like shump, park right there and be like, all right, let's fucking go. People all jumping off and
so we're not
disembarking.
We're just going to land right on top of it and crush it into the ground.
Basically. Imagine if you had a house in the middle of a desert and a ship just like fucking appeared right next to you and people just started fucking pirate like I don't want to say boarding, but like when you board another ship, you like swing off and like drop down like SWAT Team 6 just like from like ropes just coming down, fucking coming out.
Just like Monsters Inc. Everybody's in yellow jumpsuits.
Yeah.
2319, 2319.
I thought like we just dropped the boat on Voltog and he's like the Wicked Witch of the East, like just little feet are hanging out.
Yeah, there we go.
Stuck under the boat.
Hey, man underboard!
Man underboard!
Man underboard! That's the perfect place to stop right there,
Oh my
Brad.
God, that's where we're gonna end today's session, guys. Thanks for coming to see us. Thanks for my cast. Thank you for all the people that came to watch. If you like what you've seen here, oh my dear gods above, that was just too much to end on. If you like what you've seen here today, you should come and check out all of our other sessions. We have sessions Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They're all varying times. My head is starting to really hurt. Therefore, words and numbers and times are difficult. So you can find them on our social medias. Go to any social media and type in World Tree Quests. You'll find us there. I do stuff as well at Son of Asgard on TikTok. A lot of my stuff is going to be talking about UK Games Expo, which is coming up in May. I'll be going there. I'll be running games. If you want to grab one of my game slots, you should definitely do that. I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to pass over my cast and I'm going to let them plug anything they might be involved in and let them tell you where you can see their gorgeous faces. So, Gil, you're the first one on my left, so you can go first.
Obviously here. Otherwise, Mondays, I am a part of Loaded Dice Adventures on Twitch. Monday, 7:30 p.m. CST. We are still in a whole bunch of shenanigans. We have our DM ended up moving, so we've been out the last couple weeks. We're going to be out another next week for me being gone. But we're going to be back in 2 weeks, so come check it out. Loaded Dice Adventures on Twitch.
Go and check it out. It's a great watch. Thank you very much. Moving on to Ruthie. Is there anything that you would like to tell anybody about Ruthie?
Nope, just here on Fridays.
Just here on Friday. And we love having you here. We really, really do. Thank you very much, Ruthie. Dan, anything for you at all?
Yes, I don't know exactly when, because it's not this Sunday, and it doesn't look like it's going to be next Sunday, so it might be the Sunday following, but we'll figure out exactly when. But we're going to have another session at the Academy on a Sunday coming soon, which will be the beginning of the end of semester ball, and we're going to get to meet a lot of distinguished alumni who may or may not include Strahd, whose daughter I may or may not be going with to the dance. So we'll see how all that goes.
Oh, Strahd is daddy chaperone.
Oh, he's daddy chaperone.
He's daddy.
We just stop it right there. He is just
He's daddy.
No, he is Vladdy.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Dan. Thank you very much. Last and most certainly not least, Charlie, anything you would like to plug at all?
Strahd's a cunt.
It's a good plug.
You're not wrong.
You're just an asshole.
That being said, though, yes, welcome to the Academy. Not the 4th, maybe the 11th, hopefully the 18th. So keep your eyes peeled. We're very excited whenever we do have this next ball session. We're going to be dressing up for it. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to help with the immersion. It'll be very fun. We look forward to seeing you there.
One thing that I did forget to say, and I'm just going to very quickly mention it as well. One other thing I'm going to be doing is, for the first time in God knows how long, I'm going to be part of a full-blown campaign. It's going to be all UK-based creators. I'm going to be playing the Spelljammer campaign with the wonderful folks over at Owlbear Adventures. They are a UK-based group, and I've watched some of the stuff they've done. Some of the stuff's really good. The team's really amazing. I am really, really honoured to be joining them, and I'm playing a class I've never played before. I'm going to be playing an artificer. I've never played one of them before. So, yeah, it's going to be really fun. You should keep your eyes peeled for when I'll be having my debut session. I'll put that on the socials and you'll be able to see it. But if that's everything from my players, that's everything from me, so that's it from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch and YouTube. With me today we have had Big Gilly Styles, we've had Ruthless Rogue, we've had Just Dan, and we've had Charlie 182.0. From all of us here at World Tree Quest, good night, stay safe. I can't think of a quirky, catchy one-liner because my brain feels like it's about to come out my nostril.
Man underboard.
Oh, man underboard. Don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.